Hey, this is Ramon Ray getting ready to start our live broadcast. If you could hear me and it looks good, let me know. If not, I'll adjust accordingly. Just getting my camera all lined up here. I hope my hair's okay. So, here we are. And we'll start in a few minutes. I'm going to give people time to sign on and join in. But those of you who are signed on right now, let me know you can hear me. Put a comment in there and say something like, I can hear you, Ramon, so I know that you can hear me okay. Hey, Anna, I see you signed on. Thanks for trusting me to share some value to your network. Great. My hair's okay? Good. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Just making sure. I'm glad you can hear me. So, ladies, we'll start in a few minutes. It's now 7 p.m. Central European Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the New York area. You know, we'll give about 5 minutes to start. And again, a big shout out to Anna, who I met a few weeks ago, it seems, or days ago, it seems. And I'll talk about that experience in a minute. So, we will start soon. So, but again, my name is Ramon Ray here. I'm here in New Jersey in my office here, and I'm all about the hustle. And I'm excited to join really the women's group here and help you all build. Well, some of you will be starting your personal brands, right? Some of you will be building your personal brands. And that's really what I want to talk about today. If you have questions, feel free to ask the questions as I'm speaking. I can see the stream as it goes by. And if you just want to sit back and relax, that's fine too. But I guarantee we're going to have a good time today. And I hope to provide a lot of value to you to really help you build and grow your personal brand. So we'll give people a few more minutes. It's only about, 2 minutes after the hour. We'll probably start about, Anna, unless you want to ping me and say differently, I'll wait about 5 minutes after the hour, give or take, to start. But we'll take our time and have a good time today. So again, thank you for joining. Shivakshi, thank you so much for joining. Dana, you're the first one to comment to say my hair looks okay. I appreciate that. Nora, welcome. Thanks for joining in as well. And as you guys are waiting up, we'll start officially in about 3 more minutes. Feel free to ping others you know, tell them to join. Hey, if you're on Twitter, you want to tweet out to your network, I'm at Ramon Ray. Give them a link. Well, it's a closed group, I guess, so only members, but you can share out to members and have them join as well. But this will be archived for on demand, so if you don't capture it live, then you can still ask me the questions you have, or in post, meaning on demand. But live is great because you can ask the questions in real time. So I'm excited. And again, those of you who are just joining, my name is Ramon Ray. I'm here in New Jersey. I'm going to talk about personal branding, and I'm excited to be a part of this amazing group. And we'll start in the next few minutes. It's about 4 minutes after the hour. And we will start very soon. As you can see, I have the screen up there, the Millennial Women's Network, and I'm really excited to be here today. So we got about 1 more minute to go. People are joining in, and we'll have a good time. I'm curious, does anybody have questions right now? Did you come to the stream with questions? And hey, Shivakshi, again, thanks for joining. Anybody come with questions that you're like, Ramon, I had questions already as you before you even started. I wanted to join. And I'm curious also, let me know, maybe some of you have a strong personal brand already, and you want to talk about your experience. I'll shout that out as well. Maybe some of you like, Ramon, I've tried to build my brand, try to grow my brand. I can't. I'd like to know what you think too. So again, I'm Ramon Ray, an entrepreneur. And started a few companies, sold a company, and written a few books. One is a bestseller, and I'm here broadcasting from the USA in New Jersey, and really honored to be your guest today at the Millennial. It's Millennial Women's Network, and really brought on by Anna, who trusted me to share some value with her audience and the founders in her group. So thank you all for being here today. And we'll start officially in about 1 more minute or so. We'll start. And again, if you have questions, feel free to ask them, shout them out, as I'm doing it, especially on the topic at hand. If you want to wait till I'm finished, that's cool. We'll probably go for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, give or take. I think on Facebook Live, the shorter's better. I know it's in the evening there. Some of you may have dinner to make, kids to put to bed, movies to watch, take a jog, work out. Who knows what you may want to do where you're at. Those are the things I do, but we'll have a good time. So it's now 5 minutes after the hour, so let us dive in. I have a few notes here to keep me on track, and we are going to have a good time. So formally, hi everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. I'm an entrepreneur, a speaker, an author, an event producer, and a few other things. And here's the story of why I'm here today. So I was at the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Hyderabad, India. And I'm a networker. I like to say hi to people. And so I sat down in a seat while I was waiting for, I think that was a session that Ivanka Trump was going to be speaking at. And there was this young lady sitting to my right, young guy sitting to my left, and I had said hi to him, I think, or vice versa. The point is, I like to talk to people around me. Not talk their ear off, but network and say hello. I turned to my right and said, hey, my name is Ramon from New Jersey. I'm an entrepreneur. Who are you? And guess who that was? Anna Toe. And Anna introduced herself and said hi to me. The rest is history. And here I am today. So with that, let's begin. I'm going to share some points on how you can start and build your personal brand, especially for amazing millennial women who want to build their personal brand and be rock stars in their local community. So first of all, I've told you about me already, so we'll move on from that. But I think one thing I want to talk about is why you want to build your personal brand. This is important to understand, because if you don't know why you want to do something or the reason you want to do something, then it makes no sense to do it. So why do you want to do that? There's really 2 or 3 main reasons. One, I think it's important because it makes you the only choice in your audience's mind. This is very important to keep in mind. Now, keep in mind, when I say the only choice, so somebody type out to me, shout out to me in the chat and tell me what you're selling, what's your product or service, and I'll use you as a real example. Shout out and tell me, Ramon, I sell this, or here's the problem I solve. And while I'm waiting for you to type, what I'll do is talk about makes you the only choice. There's a lot of competition in the market. There's a lot of competition for what I do, a lot of competition for what you do. A stronger personal brand means in the eyes of your competition, you are the only choice for them. End of story. So that's reason number 1 why, hey, Duresia, good to see you. That's why you want to build your personal brand. Point number 2, how many like lowering your prices? Where the client says, hey, can you do this for me? And you say, well, it's $75. And they say, well, we only have a budget of $50 or $40 or $30. And the next thing you know, you're lowering your price lower. That sucks. So that's the second reason why you want to build your personal brand, so that you don't have to lower your prices. Because if you have a strong personal brand in the eyes of your clients, in the eyes of your prospective clients, in the eyes of the marketplace, women entrepreneurs, millennials, you all don't have to lower your prices. In fact, here's a secret. You can raise your prices if you have a strong personal brand. So that's reason number 2 why you want to have a strong personal brand. And number 3, it's a competitive barrier. How many of you listening to me right now have competitors? And I'm sure there's some of you who are going to be listening to this afterwards. How many of you have competitors? I hope all of you have competitors of one stripe or another. So by having a strong personal brand, by having a lock in that market, you can not reduce competition, but you can build a barrier against competitors. You don't have to always lower your price, and you become virtually the only choice, as it were, in the eyes of your customers, in the eyes of your prospective customers. So this is why you want to build a strong personal brand. Now, next point I want to move on to is 2 key. Now, by the way, did everybody understood that? I know there's several of you on live right now, and I'm going to be asking questions. So I'm curious, was that point clear? Did that give you a good enough reason of why you want to build your personal brand? And I see the hearts going out, so great. I'll take that as an affirmation if you're not typing. So that's the reason why. 2 key principles I want to talk to you about as well that go hand in hand with personal branding. And the 2 principles are, 1 is the aspect of building a fan base. I'm a firm believer in building a fan base and growing your fans before you even get $1. I would rather have 100 people that are in Ramon's fan club than have 2 people as a client. Because if I have 100 people in Ramon's fan club who are fans of me, then that means that I can sell them all day long and maybe get 10%, 20%, 30%, half of them to buy from me. If I only have 2 people who bought from me, that's pretty much it. It's a lot harder to go from 2 to 100, but when I have 100, I can get to 30. Does that make sense? So build a fan base. I want all of you, and I'm going to tell you some tools and ways you can do this. But as you're building your personal brand, this is what I do all day long. I'm in the business of building my fan club, building a fan base, and I give tons of value. This is what I'm doing today. I have nothing to sell you all, except I think Anna's cool. She thought I was cool, and we said, hey, come on and share your insight with us. So that's why I'm here today. So my point is, have a fan base. Build fans. You want to see how can I build my network? Thank you very much, Duressi. I appreciate that. You're spurring me to go on. Thank you for the comments. So how can I build my fan base before I generate sales? Second thing is the aspect of frills or no frills. Listen very carefully. When I was growing up, I wasn't very wealthy or didn't have a lot of money. Now, we weren't dirt poor, but we had to budget quite a bit. Sometimes we had to have in the U.S., many of you are not in the U.S., called no frills. If you guys have another word for that where you are, let me know the word you use. But no frills means it's not the store. It's not the fancy brand. It's kind of the store brand, black and white, simple, reduced rate, whatever it was. As you seek to build your personal brand, I want you to focus very, very clearly on being a rock star, being the best you can be, being an A player, being legitimate. People who are looking to buy what you're selling don't want no frills. They don't want plain vanilla. They don't want gray. They want people who pop, people who sizzle, people who have dynamism. That is the way to break away from your competition. So remember the 2 principles I'm sharing with you today are: 1, I want you to build a fan base, build a following even before you focus on the first sale. And number 2, I want you to stop being plain Jane, no pun intended, plain Jane women like everybody else. Stop trying to be even. Oh, she's like this. Oh, she's like that. I got to be like this too. Stop that. No, if everybody else is like this, you be like that. You need to raise your game above the level of your competitors. That's how you win in the marketplace, and that's how I do it all day long. There's a lot of speakers, but there's only one Ramon Ray. I guarantee it. You can Google that all day long. So that's the second principle I want to bring to you: no frills versus frills, and then the aspect of build a fan base. Moving on. So what are some key benchmarks, some key ways that I'm finding that we can now move to start and build our personal brand? This is from my personal playbook of what I do all day long to build my personal brand. So number one is to be happy and excited. Some of you are not happy. Some of you are not excited. I ask, hi, my name is Ramon. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Oh, my name is Jane, and we have a painting company. If you're bored about it, I'm going to be bored about it. So I want you to have some level of excitement. And I love what you wrote here. Duressia, thank you. My company helps organizations focus on their mission by providing solutions to their greatest challenges. I love that. And by the way, I would like you to focus on that more, Duressia, and even give me something even more narrow, because that's a bit broad. My company helps organizations focus on their mission. Got it. By providing solutions to their greatest challenges. Even in that pitch, I want to know even more specifically what you do to help me, because I have a lot of big challenges. What kind of challenges? So I want you to even focus on that pitch even more. So, but thank you for responding. I appreciate that very much. So be happy and excited. That's rule number one. When people ask me what I do, you can hear the smile in my voice, because I love what I do. If you want to have a strong personal brand, if you want to crush it, thank you, Nora, I appreciate that. If you want to crush what you're doing, you must be excited. There are not enough entrepreneurs. There are not enough millennial women who are excited about what they're doing. They say they're excited. They think they're excited, but they don't telegraph the excitement. So that's point number one. I want to move along. We're 15 minutes in, and I want to try to end at 30 minutes after the hour, 7:30 your time. Be patient. I've been in business for 20-something years. 20-something years. And only now, not only now, I shouldn't say that, but every year, every month, every quarter, do I see a boost in my personal brand? Do I see a growth in what I'm doing? Be patient. I know you want to rush ahead, but personal branding is not something that takes fast, that you can do quickly. It's a marathon. It is not a sprint. It takes some time to build your personal brand. And I'm going to move along with some more key steps that can help you build your personal brand. Another thing is networking. Ladies and gentlemen, well, on this call, there's all ladies except me. I'm the only gentleman. So ladies, for the most part, learn how to network like a rock star, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. When I was why am I here on this call with you today? Because I took the time to turn my head on the side and to say hi to the person next to me. I didn't know who the person was. I didn't know anything about them. I just saw a person to my left who I said hello to. We talked and etc. I learned so much and had fun. And I looked to my right, and that's when I met Anna. Networking is one of the core key principles to building a personal brand. Sure, it's not scalable, but I firmly believe in the power of serendipity. And if you learn how to network, you will succeed. Now, this is not a networking webinar or Facebook Live that I'm giving, but the point about networking is how, Anna does rock Vieta. But the point about networking is how in the world can I add value to your world? How can I listen? How can I listen to what the other person's saying and be genuinely interested in them? Because if I'm doing that, they're going to be genuinely interested in me. And when two people network, power networking, magic happens, as is happening today. So this is very important. Learn how to network. Okay, moving on. Okay, quickly. Now, what I'm going to jump into now, and you want to get your papers and pens or tweet this out and give some props to the network Facebook group we're in today, is some core tactics and aspects of how you can build your personal brand. These are some core things that I've done that will work for you. And I bet this is not new for all of you, but I hope it refreshes and you're like, I never thought of it that way. So, and by the way, get your questions ready. If you have questions now for me, feel free to shoot them out. If you have questions now or you want to wait, because if there's no questions at the end, we'll just quit quickly. So, one, have a website. Stop. All of you are rolling your eyes right now. I have a website, Ramon. That's so pedestrian. I guarantee you don't have a website that probably rocks. Some of you do. But I want you to have two types of website. One is a website with your personal brand. Now, who has that? Type in the little chat there, and I'd be curious, who has a website that showcases your personal brand, not just your company? I have one. What's my website? RamonRay.com, RamonRay. I have a personal branded website, and then I have other websites that have content. I challenge all of you ladies, you need to have your own personal branded website. The kind that you're standing there, boom, looking powerful. Good. Okay, well, what's the URL, Dana? Let me see the URL. Type it out there so afterwards I can check it out. I want to see it. Let's go. Type that website URL. So have a personal website. And on this website, you want to be able to showcase who you are. Because as people begin to search on the internet, as they begin to go on social media, as they begin to explore, you want to have something. Now we're talking about DanaLife.com. I love it. Epic. So you want to make sure you have the website that showcases yourself. That's point number one. I have mine. Many people who want to build their personal brand don't. And you can always refresh it. You'll see that from time to time, I'm putting the latest video, the latest thing that I'm doing on the website. So this is important. I have one under the umbrella of my professional association. That's cool, Sophia, but I encourage you to break that out, Sophia, and have it standing on its own. Okay? Not just part of the association, which is a good start. But Sophia, I want to see, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, I want to see the website broken out so it just showcases Sophia. So having a personal website. Point number 2, and I forgot something. I'm going to go back. So I'm going to go back a minute here, but is the aspect of having a focus and a platform. So I'm going to go back one level. What I forgot to add to you was that have a focus and a platform. Sometimes I see people, you say, what do you do? Well, I'm a farmer, I make jewelry, I babysit kids, and I'm a global speaker. Really? Maybe you're doing those things because you got to hustle and you got to earn a living, but you want to really showcase to people and focus on what you do. What do? I help small businesses grow and work with large companies to reach my audience. That's what I do. I do a ton of other things, but that's my core platform. So sorry to go backwards, but I wanted to say that. Don't spread yourself thin and say, I do 100 different things. It doesn't look so cool. Okay, so moving on. Next thing is content and social engagement. I bet that in this crowd, most of you don't have a problem with that. But if you follow what I do on Twitter, Facebook, social media, LinkedIn, etc., you will see I produce quite a bit of content. One, because social media is very diffused and transient. I post something on Twitter today, an hour later, nobody's going to see it. So I frequently post and educate my audience. Point 2, by me leveraging the power of social media, it showcases to my community that I can add value to them. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, having an audience, it's leverage, and you can use that leverage and sell them something, work with other people who want to reach that audience. So I encourage you all to leverage the power of social media in your businesses. All of you should be doing Facebook Live. All of you should be tweeting on a regular basis. All of you should be using LinkedIn. All of you should be using Instagram. I can go on and on and on. You have social media that's free, it takes your time, platform, and there's so many ways. You can use video tools like Magisto, M-A-G-I-S-T-O, or Ripple, R-A-P-L, to create amazing, engaging pieces. You all should be doing that. So leverage the power of social media in your business. Let me move on here. The acronym FREE. For those of you who are kind of stuck in leveraging social media, remember this acronym, F-R-E-A. Frequency, relevancy, engagement, analytics. Okay, so keep that in mind. Frequently post on social media. Be relevant to your core audience. Engage with your audience and measure what you're doing. Maybe you have something focused on, Hungarian women. And you look at your analytics and you realize there's a bunch of New Jersey guys who you're helping. Maybe you need to expand your content. So analytics, measuring what you're doing will help know what's working and what's not working. So that's very important. Remember that acronym FREA, frequency, relevancy, engagement, analytics. Moving on. Email newsletter is important. This sounds very basic, but email is still that thing that can go out and touch a person directly. Yeah, there's spam filters, and it's not as cool as maybe Twitter and Snapchat, etc. But an email newsletter, a consistent newsletter every other week, every week, connects you to your audience like nothing else. And it can be personalized and very customized for your audience. So I'm a firm believer that if you want to grow your personal brand, build your email list and have an email newsletter. You'll see mine on RamonRay.com, SmartHustle.com, SmallBusinessTechnology.com. People can sign up email newsletter, or they can do Twitter, or they can do Facebook, or they can do LinkedIn. I give them multiple options, but the point is each one of you should give people the ability to give you their email address, because then you can market to people over and over again, and it's much cheaper. And I realize I'm talking so fast because I'm getting so excited, so I apologize for speaking so fast. Moving on. Video. Video is powerful. And I've seen that oftentimes ladies are a little more hesitant to do video. Oh, my hair's not good. Didn't do this, didn't do that. Video will rock the audience of your world. Video showcases who you are. You can telegraph your smile in video. People can see you and connect much stronger with your brand. So leverage the power of video. Video to grow your personal brand. I do a ton of video educating my audience, because as I educate my audience, they're going to share it. More people will sign up. More people want to follow me, and I can leverage that into other opportunities to monetize for my business. So video is so important. I encourage you, use good images and pictures as well. You don't want to take some ratchet, busted looking photos of you and your boyfriend or whoever you're with, whatever's going on. Have a professional, strong photo out there and images. And the secret, when people take photos and images of you at events, right click and save that sucker into Dropbox or Google Drive so you can build a repository of photos. Get their permission, yes. But the point is, save photos, save images. You want to use imagery to boost and build your personal brand. It's what people see online, not what you think, not what you want them, but what they see online. That's going to be most as you build your personal brand. Now, I'm going to close here with some power tools. And again, if you have questions, ask them now. And if you don't have any questions now, that's cool. You can contact me later on. Ask Anna how to reach me. I'm not a consultant, so any advice I give you is free. So here's a few power tools that can help you grow your personal brand. This is a stretch. These are going to be a little more difficult for you, some of you if you haven't done it. But there's 4 power tools I recommend that everybody do. Hey, Sweeta, welcome. Thanks for joining. 4 power tools. 1, publish a book. I'm curious, how many of you have published a book or a published author? I'm sure some of you are. If you're not, I want you to work on that for 2018. All of you should be a published author. Maybe you guys can work together and do a book called the Millennial Women's Guide to Being an Entrepreneur, something like that. Publish a book. A book gives you credibility. A book gives you legitimacy. A book is a tactical, physical item that you can hand to someone else. And an ebook is a good start, but nothing beats a practical, tactical book. Now, events. This is kind of an event right here we're doing. It's online, but I'm also talking about a physical event. Once a year, I do an annual event called the Smart Hustle Small Business Conference in New York. We have hundreds of people that attend. This will be my 13th year doing it in 2018. I encourage all of you to consider doing events. In the US and globally, there's a great tool called Eventbrite, great tool for event management, or Meetup, another great tool for event management. But I encourage all of you to consider doing an event. An event makes you the top dog. An event makes you seem important in the eyes of your audience. So I encourage all of you to consider doing an event. Very important. It brings your tribe together. Remember what I said the first thing? Be a tribe builder. Be a fan builder. Then you can monetize and sell that audience something else. And events are a great way to build your tribe. Next thing is media and publicity. If you look on RamonRay.com, you Google around, you'll see I've been on TV shows, I've been in newspapers, I've been on radio, I've been around, interviewed all the time. All of you should strive for that in 2018. How can you be covered in the media? How can you be on a podcast? How can you be featured in a blog? How can you boost your brand? When you're covered in the media, not only is it scalable, not only do other people see you, but that's another feather in the cap to build your credibility, to build your personal brand. And the last point on this is to create your own show. We're doing a Facebook Live today. Each one of you can say, every Thursday at 7 p.m. CET, I'm going to have a show about X, a show about this. I'm going to interview people. I do that. So you look on Smart Hustle, you'll see I've done a number of interviews of entrepreneurs. Each one of you should have your own show. Now, I since discontinued the show, but I used to have a show called 3 Tech Guys. 3 Tech Guys was a show with me and 2 other shaved-headed guys. I did every Monday at 8 p.m. The domain name, I think, is gone now. But the point is that was syndicated to Fox Business. So the point I'm trying to tell you, be consistent, and you don't, as my friend Seth Godin says, you don't have to wait to be called. You can be chosen and called by someone. You don't have to wait to be called. You can do your own thing and call yourself and rock the world. Don't wait for others to anoint you or to give credibility to you or to identify you. You give yourself your own credibility by creating your own show. So it's about 30 minutes after the hour. I could go on and on all day, but I'm going to stop there. I hope this has been some good tips and insights on building your personal brand for those of you watching it live, and I'm sure for the many of you who are going to be watching it on demand. But listen, I'm going to hang out here for a few minutes. Anybody want to share anything with me? Anybody have any particular question that I can use to help you in your business? Maybe you have a question about events. Maybe you have a question about how to do a book. Maybe you have a question about how to use social media. Maybe you have a question about, I don't know, how to say hi to Anna better, whatever the question is. But I'm going to be here for a few seconds. I'll wait and see if you guys have anything to post. And if not, I will go. And it's just been an honor for me to be sharing with you today. And big mega props to Anna for inviting me to join. But I appreciate it. So Thank you, Dana. This has been helpful. I'm definitely going to implement these ideas. Great, Dana. I really, really appreciate that. I want you to, because it's a waste of all of our time if I said all this and nobody implements it. But great. That's the biggest compliment, is that if you guys go back and implement the things that I've shared with you today, for sure. So thank you for that, Dana. So I'll hang out for a few more seconds and we'll see any questions, comments. Maybe some of you who have a personal brand want to share something, how you've done it. Maybe some of you are starting out. We're going to say, Ramon, can you clarify that one thing you said? But we'll wait for a few more seconds here. And it's been an honor, man. I've had a pleasure to be here. Right outside to the right there is where I can go outside and work out, which I'll probably do later on this evening. And when I leave here, I'm going to have some lunch. It's only about 1 PM here in the New York area. But I've had a good time with you, and it seems like you guys have been very appreciated very much. So, how the LinkedIn views will help to grade good. Great comment. So great. You asked about LinkedIn Suite. So LinkedIn is a powerful tool. And what I think about LinkedIn, know your audience. If a lot of your audience is on LinkedIn, LinkedIn can be a very, very powerful tool. And especially now that of recent, LinkedIn enables you to post video. I found that LinkedIn has a very high engagement rate. I don't post all of my things on LinkedIn, but I think that especially if you're going for a B2B audience and you want to really showcase a bit more professionally how you're doing, LinkedIn can be great. I think a cousin to LinkedIn is Medium, Medium, Medium. But LinkedIn Suite, it is an awesome tool. I use it, and it's a great tool to really connect with people differently and show, I think, a more serious intent. You can see people's background, see their professional associations, and use them to link to other people. So great point. Hey, Christina, thank you for joining us. We're going to end soon. In about 1 minute, we'll end. Hey, Ramon, it's been great. About how you start building a fan base. Great question, Anna. How do you build a fan base? The best way to build a fan base, Anna, and all those listening, is going back to my acronym FREE, F-R-E-A. I would just start regularly, on a regular basis, producing great content to the audience that means most to you. So if your audience are women entrepreneurs, your audience are farmers, your audience are car mechanics, whatever your audience may be, you want to start producing content on a regular basis, weekly, maybe on a video, several times a day on Twitter. Your audience will naturally grow. It's going to take time, but your audience will grow. So as you start to regularly produce, and as you're producing the content, produce good content. And remember my secret sauce, use video. So great question, Anna. Shivakshi, thank you for your question. How would you suggest to start with public speaking? Woo! That's a hot question. Public speaking is my jam. I do it around the world. A few things I would say. One, Shivakshi, make sure that you are, not you per se, but make sure you are a very good speaker. If you can't speak well, get training, or maybe it's not for you, but make sure you can crush the stage and you're a good speaker. Once you do that, start to speak for free. You want to get your name out there. As you're speaking for free, videotape yourself. You may even want to invest and hire a video producer to capture some moments on there. As you're doing that, now you want to start following other speakers. So say myself, you're like, wow, Ramon's been at this event and we noticed he was paid to speak by Microsoft. That's an event you may want to pitch yourself next time and say, do you have a rate for speakers? So A, make sure you can speak good. 2, start speaking for free. Can I be on a panel? Can I host? Can I open? And 3, people will start to pick you up because they're going to want people who can speak well, communicate well. And as you're building your personal brand, people want people who can add value to their event. This is important. And that's the key to public speaking, especially getting paid to speak. It's not easy to do, but if you're persistent, Shivakshi, about it, you can do it. So I hope that's been helpful and a great, great question. We'll go probably for about 2 more minutes. Wow, there's more questions pouring in. Do you think we should have 2 accounts? Sophia, that's a political question. That is a political question. I'm going to give you an answer. I don't know if you'll like my answer, but I will give you my answer. The question was, should we have 2 accounts? One personal and one public. One professional and one non-professional, as it were. I believe for us small brands, you should have one brand online. If you look online at my brands, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, my website, You don't see much about my wife, much about my kids, much about personally. I don't say, hey, yeah, I'm drinking here, or I'm out with my friends partying, or some stupid pictures. It's one brand. I can't afford to have a personal page where I'm doing some stupid crap. Can't afford it because I don't know who's going to see it where. So for me, I have one brand. Now, in fairness, you may say, Ramon, well, where do we post pictures of our kids? What do we see our nieces and nephews? Where do we chat with, just to chill and let our hair out? Use WhatsApp. I don't know what to tell you. But online, one brand. I don't think you can, the internet is too small to be able to have a personal brand and a professional brand and have something stupid on the personal brand. You're cursing out a politician, doing something crazy that you'll regret a year or two from now. Have one brand. Great, great question, Sophia. And I think the Z is silent in your name. I hope, but I think it's silent. My name is Ramon. People call me Raymond, Ramon. They put an N, a D, a Y, and I don't have any of those things in my name. Next question. It's so easy to see who sees each of your content by creating groups. Doesn't that solve the issue? Nah, I don't know, Beata. I don't know. And if I'm not pronouncing the A right, please forgive me. I understand you can create groups. That's just my opinion. Groups are great. I agree you can have private groups, but you just never know. So I'm pretty careful. Say I want to vent and curse somebody out or be stupid online. WhatsApp, maybe I'll do it on, or a very private place, texting. But Facebook and Twitter, nah, for me, it's one brand, one place. I'm very careful what I do in any public setting. So that's for me. But a great point. You can use Facebook groups for sure. But I'm just, for what I built over 20 years of building my brand and nurturing relationships, it's pretty much one place. But I get it. Facebook groups can work for sure. And we'll leave some time for anybody else last minute. This has been great. It's been about 37 after the hour. And again, big mega kudos to Anna. I appreciate you for inviting me to join. My name is Ramon Ray, and you can see my website at ramonray.com. Follow me on Twitter at Ramon Ray. If I can help, let me know. I'm not a consultant, but I'm always here to help other entrepreneurs grow. So it's about 35 minutes after the hour. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Nora, you're welcome. So with that, thank you all for joining today. My name is Ramon Ray, and I'm excited to be here. Invite me back anytime. Women Entrepreneurs Rock, Millennial Entrepreneurs Rock, and it's been an honor for me to be here. And again, Anna, thank you.